hit the like button. Take your finger real fast and hit that thumbs up button. Just hit the thumbs up real quick. And then drop down in the comment section, OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. OTVO, we don't stop. Put it in the comments real quick. How many times can you put it in? Put it in 1 time, put it in 2 times, put it in 3 times. OTVO. So, you know, I was talking yesterday. I was on my YouTube, and I forget what she changed her name to, but I think she's going by Ghetto Rebellion now, but she used to go by Riot Girl. And Riot Girl, it's funny because the information that she sent me, the question that she sent me yesterday was about, the question she had was when the so if you're at the DMV or you're at the library or wherever you are when you are auditing police, whether you're auditing police or a library or any public building. So there's a few steps that are going to happen when you start to audit a public building. So the first step's going to be that they're going to tell you that they're going to call the cops on you. They're going to say, I'm going to call the cops on you. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say, I'm going to call the cops on you, and you're going to go to jail, and they're going to try to intimidate you, and they're going to try to scare you. And what you have to do is you have to stand your ground. That's the most important thing, that you stand your ground. It's the most important thing. So I'm going to teach you guys something right now that you'll be able to take away with you if you ever want to film in a public building. So I guess this was more, I was answering Riot Girl's question. Now she goes now by Ghetto Rebellion, I believe. So when you go into a public building and you're filming in there, and let's say, for example, they come up to you and say, hey, you can't film in here. And you say, this is a public building, I have every right to film in here. And then they say, we're going to call the cops. And so the security guards, the people who work at the library or the DMV or wherever you are, all those people are yelling at you, and you're saying, I am doing a First Amendment protected activity in a public building. And then what we keep seeing from people who do audits, we keep seeing them, is when the cops come running in and they say, let's go outside right now. Let's you and me go outside right now, and we're going to talk about this. And then the person who's supposed to be standing their ground in a public building then walks outside with the cops. It's just not the way it is. So I want to explain something to you, and this is answering Riot Girl's question, Ghetto Rebellion, whatever the name of her channel is now, and get over there and make sure you subscribe to her channel. She's doing good work. So when you're standing in that public space and the cops come up to you and they say, let's go, time to go, get out, time to get out right now. They're trying to rush you out the door, but there are steps here before they can touch you. You guys have seen me do it. When the cops come running up to me, what do? I say, hold on a minute. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I have every right to be here. I'll even change my tone to where I'm whispering, because I don't want them to think that they're going to charge me with disturbing the peace because I start yelling at them. When you are auditing inside of a public building and the cops come running up to you and say, let's go right now, get out, let's talk about this outside, don't move your feet. There are at least 3 steps that have to happen before they can physically put their grubby little piggy paws on you. Hooves. And here's how that works. When you're in a public space and you are auditing with your phone and they say, we're going to call the cops, and then the cops come, right there, they're going to say, let's go. And you tell them patiently, calmly, with a low voice, I'm doing a First Amendment protected activity. This is not a Terry stop. You don't get to pat me down for weapons or detain me. I'm exercising my First Amendment right. And they're still going to be screaming at you, get out, let's go, let's talk, we can talk about this outside. No reason. And then they'll surround you. And they'll say, let's go outside and talk about this right now. Let's go. And you've seen what I do. What I do is I gently, and I'll even say it as a whisper. Gentlemen, I have every right to be here. De-escalate. De-escalate. And you guys can see me do this in video after video after video, When you are standing in a public building and the cops come up to you and say, get out right now, they don't get to just grab you. And if they do, they violated your rights. They don't get to grab you when you're doing a First Amendment protected activity. And if they do, they violated you and you could sue them. And they're outside of their qualified immunity because the First Amendment is what they swear an oath to uphold the Constitution. You don't have to leave that library or that cop shop or that DMV. You don't have to leave. So far, I've seen 2 auditors this week exit buildings that they went to go audit. Why are you leaving? Why are you walking out the door? You went there to stand your ground. Don't leave now. Remember the steps. First step, you tell them, this is a First Amendment protected activity. I'm not being detained. This is not a Terry stop. And then they're going to say, well, you know what? We're going to trespass you out of here. I say, well, if you're going to trespass me, you first have to get authority to trespass me from one of the administrators or the owners of the building. And then secondly, you have to give me a reasonable and timely manner to disperse. You don't have to just exit the building because the coppers come running in and say, get out right now, get out right now, get out of here right now. That is not in the program. Everybody hit the like button, hit the like button if you would, please. I'm gonna kind of sound like a broken record for a minute because I get a lot of questions from a lot of people. And it just so happened when I saw Riot Girl's comment yesterday in the threads, and she said, I said to her, don't, because I was watching her video and the cops come running up and say, get out of the building. And she walked out with them. And I love that channel. I think she's awesome. And so I replied back to her, but then my comment disappeared, which is so weird how your comments just disappeared. But my comment disappeared on her profile. So now what you want to do when you are publicly auditing is you want to stand your ground. You want to put your feet planted down in the public building and say, I'm not moving. And then if they're going to touch you or violate your rights, let them. Be ready to be wrongfully arrested. You cannot be a freedom fighter and not realize that you might be arrested, that what you're doing could get you arrested. You have got to understand that. And then if you go backing out of that DMV, or you go backing out of that cop shop, or you go backing out of the library because the cops are yelling at you, get out, we're going to talk about this outside. As far as I'm concerned, that's not a successful audit. And I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not calling anybody's name or anything like that. But what I'm saying is when you go to a public building and you say, I have every right to film in this public building, you don't back down. You don't back down. You do not back down. Because if you back down, then we're not standing on our rights. You're giving up. You are absolutely giving up before we've even begun. So when the cops come running in, I'll show you a video. I'm going to show you a video, just a couple of seconds of this video, just real quick, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. These cops are going to come running up at me, and they're going to act like they're going to attack me. They act like they're going to go hands-on with me, and they came in so aggressively and so hostile that I'm like, damn, these guys are coming in hot. So I actually took 3 steps away from them towards the wall, dropped off my items. Then I turned around and faced them again. And I said, excuse me, gentlemen, I'm a constitutional law scholar. This is a First Amendment protected activity. De-escalate, de-escalate. And so I'm going to show you that moment right now. Sorry, I'm in my car, but I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that exact moment right now. So these guys are going to come running. That was a switch. Went from like, know your. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this. Watch this. Let's watch this together. Let me flip my camera around. Okay, so this was the Henderson audit. Now these cops are going to come running in hot. They're going to come in as though they're my daddy and they're in charge of me and they're telling me what to do. And what I'm going to show you guys is how to handle that when you're auditing in a public building. You don't have to leave. They're going to come in and they're going to do what they do. They're going to tell me, get out of here right now. Get out of this building right now. And I'm going to tell them, no, I'm not leaving this building.
Rights to, I'm willing to go over here. I'm willing to stay away from you.
You understand what you were asked.
Okay.
You have no respect for children. You have no respect for women.
Now here comes the cops.
You're trash. You're speaking out right. You know,
Here comes the cops.
Walk outside. Let's go. Come on. Can I get your name and badge number, sir? Heat Cop 2816. Walk outside. I'm doing business in here, actually. Okay, well, we're going to talk about it outside. Well, I'm actually inside of a public building right now. You are, but I'm asking you. I'm the press. I'm a constitutional law scholar, so I have a right to do this. She can melt down. I'm not saying you don't have a right. You need to keep the peace. Walk outside. De-escalate. Walk outside, please. De-escalate. Walk outside, please. You guys, just so you know. Come on.
They're coming in too hostile.
Listen, let me explain something to you.
So now, because they've come in and they're over talking me and there's two of them and they're both screaming, I'm going to take 3 steps away and turn my back on them so that they realize that I'm not a threat. I am God. I'm going to cover your video. So get ready for that.
Let me explain it clear. So you guys understand. I want you guys to understand something. What I do for a living is I stress test our rights. Okay. So that means I'm a constitutional law scholar. And what I do, I go to public buildings and I film. Now, I have a right to do it. Your job, sir, is not to tell me to go outside. Your job is to correct her and say, I'm not disturbing the peace. I've raised my voice.
So they've surrounded me with 3 jackboot thug pigs, and all 3 of them are trying to take control of the scene. I am the alpha male on the scene. I am the leader. These guys are there to take my orders. They're not there to tell me what to do. This is exactly how you do it. I'm going to show it again because I want you guys to see. So for Riot Girl and any other auditors who are auditors, and you're going to go out and you're going to film in a public building, they're going to come in super hot. They're going to come in hostile and aggressive. But remember, the 3 steps before they can put their hands on me: number 1, I have to be first warned of trespass. Number 2, I have to be trespassed. Number 3, I then have to get ample time to collect my things and leave in a safe manner. They don't have a right to run up and grab me, and I know that, and they know that I know that, and they know that if they just run up and grab me, that I'll sue their asses, and they don't want to be sued because their name goes on a federal civil rights lawsuit, and that's an embarrassment to them and their families. Here comes the cops. Get ready.
We're going to talk about it outside.
Do you notice the manner in which I speak? First of all, I take control of the scene by saying, "What's your name and badge number?" Now he's answering to me. I'm not answering to him. He's now answering to me and my questions. And then I even go as far as starting to whisper. I begin to whisper so that this jackboot thug pig isn't going to escalate the situation. So the cops are coming. I can see them. They're coming in hot. There's 2 cops and they're coming in on a light jog. They're briskly walking in to try to attack me and to try to intimidate me. I can see them coming. See the look on my face? Here comes the pigs. And so as soon as I see those pigs coming, I then know that I'm their boss. I'm in charge. I'm the boss of them.
Your name and badge number, sir? Heat Cop 2816. Walk outside. I'm doing business in here, actually. Okay, well, we're going to talk about it outside. Well, I'm actually inside of a public building right now. You are, but I'm asking you. I'm the press, constitutional law scholar, so I have a right to do this. She can melt down. I'm not saying you don't have the right. You need to keep the peace. Walk outside. De-escalate. Walk outside, please. De-escalate. Walk outside, please.
They're surrounding me.
Just so you know, come on. There's like, that's fine. That's fine. Listen, let me explain something.
I'm going to step away so I'm not surrounded. Put my water bottle down.
I want you guys to understand something. What I do for a living is I stress test our rights. Okay. So that means I'm a constitutional law scholar. And what I do, I go to public buildings and I film. Now, I have a right to do it. Your job, sir, is not to tell me to go outside. Your job is to correct her and say, I'm not disturbing the peace. I've raised my
This guy came in and tried to take control of the scene.
Name and badge number?
Sergeant Lane and badge number 1781.
Okay, do you see when I ask their name and badge number? I ask for their name and badge number when I want to take control of the situation. They have to answer to me. Do you see the difference? And do you see how my voice drops down and I start to whisper? Did you see that? Now this jackboot thug pig and comes and stands over the two young guys and decides he's going to take control of the scene. See his hand up in the air? He's trying to shut me down and let me know how it is. Okay?
Name and badge number, sir?
Here's the thing. Pause.
I can't pause the camera. Right, but I'll never get access to that camera footage. You guys beat me up or hurt me or kill me. I mean, you know I won't.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Right.
Here's the deal.
If you're disturbing her and causing a disturbance in here, then we have the right to have you removed.
Well, so let me.
No. If they had the right to remove me, they would have grabbed me and removed me.
Let me help you out. Let me give you a little bit of education. So when I came in here, that woman actually called me over to be on camera. It's on video. Okay. So that means that it was consent. Right.
All we hear is you guys yelling
I'm
back and
educated.
forth.
No, you didn't hear me yell.
I hear you yelling back.
I have
No,
raised
you-
my voice because I know my rights inside and out.
Right.
And what I do is,
Do you see how I lower my voice down and I stop? I don't.
my rights, and I don't want to do it. I'm really.
Rights, buddy.
I know.
It ain't my first rodeo.
Right,
okay?
but the thing is your name goes on the civil rights lawsuit, and it takes me so much time. I'm so bogged down in lawsuits. I'm so bogged down. I'm literally begging you, please don't make me sue you. Just respect my.
Okay. So, do you see what I did there? I took control of the scene by arbitrarily asking their name and badge number when it would be most beneficial to me. Those cops came in at 1,000,000 miles an hour. When they come in like that and they're coming in hot, a lot of people I'm watching on camera are leaving the public building. Why are you leaving? You went there to stand your ground. Why are you leaving now? We want you to stand your ground. I don't want you to back down. So I'm giving you tools right now so that you don't have to back down. So that's what I'm trying to teach you guys right now. That when the cops come running in hot, you lower yourself down, your voice, and you let them know, I'm doing a First Amendment protected activity. Okay, well, let's go outside right now. What's your name and badge number? Hecock, whatever he said his name was. But now I've disrupted his flow. Now he's answering to me. I'm his boss. I'm the boss of that man. I pay his salary. He works for me. He drives my car. He has on my tools on his belt. That's my guy. I pay him. He doesn't pay me. I'm his boss. So there's a fundamental shift in thinking in the way that I see it when I'm taking on cops compared to some other people you may watch who end up walking out of the DMV or walking out of the building. You don't want to walk out of the building. You want to stand your ground. You don't want to give a single solitary inch. You are there to film in the public building and you're not moving. I'm not moving a frickin' inch.